Hey, it's Jerry Norton here, and there's a lot of buzz in the wholesaling industry that cold calling just doesn't work anymore, that cold calling is dead. And that's just not true, and I'm gonna prove it to you on this video. Now, what is true is the stats are down from previous years. It isn't as effective as it used to be. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. In fact, it works very, very well. And I'm gonna show you the 2025 stats that you can expect. Now, before I break this down on the whiteboard, I do wanna mention that there are a couple variables to what I'm about to show you. First is it does depend on the list. Are you contacting leads that are qualified to sell at a discount? That would be great deals to wholesale. I'll talk about that a little bit more. And the second one is your ability to close, right? So the best lead in the world doesn't really matter if you blow it on the phone and you don't close that lead. Now, the other thing I want to mention before I break down these numbers is you want to outsource cold calling. You do not want to do this yourself. It is not a good use of time, even in the very beginning. I would recommend doing agent outreach or some other method until you can afford to hire a cold caller. Now, that may not be you right now, but I'm going to show you how inexpensive it actually is to get cold callers working for you. Now, this does depend on what cold calling service you use. I'm going to show you who I recommend and promote and who I believe in strongly here in a minute. But you want to outsource the cold calling. And again, the reason why is it's just not a good use of your time because you can hire it out very inexpensively. So I'll show that to you as well on this video. So let's take a look here. Assuming that you have one full-time cold caller calling all day long, about 45 hours a week, this is what you can expect. That cold caller should generate about 50 calls per day. Now, these are connected calls. This would be somebody that answers the phone and they get a chance to talk to somebody, about 500 a day. That's gonna generate about 2 to 3 warm leads. I like to call these opportunities a day, 2 to 3. Now, what does that mean? It means all they said was, yes, I'm interested in selling. Yes, I'm interested in entertaining a cash offer. That's all that means. So about 2 to 3 of those a day, which is gonna equal about 50 in a month. Now, give or take, I'm generalizing here. It could be 60, could be 70, could be 40, but around 2 to 3 a day should get you around 50 qualified leads or warm leads a month. Now, from those 50 leads a month, you should generate a contract. 50 leads should generate one contract. Now, I'm also assuming that one contract should generate around $15,000 to $20,000. That's the average contract size that you want to be shooting for. So again, one caller per month should be generating you a $15,000 profit wholesale deal. Okay, now let's talk about the cost here for a second. That cost for 45 hours a week with a dialer should be around $1,270 a month, and I'll show you how to get that cost. I'll show you that here in a minute. And then you also have to skip trace. So that list of leads, you want to skip trace that so the callers have phone numbers to call on. And if you use PropWire, you can get that cost all the way down to $300 a month for 10,000 leads. And that's about what it's going to take, around 10 to 12,000 is what we've proven to get to that one contract per month. Okay, so if you go to propwiregold.com, you can check out the gold package. Once you sign up for gold, it will give you the option for platinum. It's the most inexpensive skip tracing package on the market. It's amazing. So check that out. Go to propwiregold.com. The searching and downloading of the list is absolutely free. Most other services, they're going to charge you a monthly fee to get to the 10,000. At PropWire, it's absolutely free. So do your searches, get your list, get it skip traced, get that over to your callers. This whole thing there is going to cost you around, let's call it $1,600 a month. What does that mean? That means if you hired 3 callers, around $1,600 a month, that's going to be about $5,000 a month in cost. Again, for 3 callers, that should generate 3 contracts. Let's say that those contracts are around $16,500. That's going to be a $50,000 in revenue doing 3 deals a month. So that means for $5,000 a month, 3 cold callers, it's going to get you to $50,000 in revenue. These are the stats that we're seeing as of right now going into 2025 that you can expect. Now again, remember those variables. You got to make sure you've got a good list. Go to propwire.com to get your list. Make sure that you're doing list stacking. I've got a video that'll show you how to list stack, meaning you're going to combine multiple filters to get a more highly concentrated, motivated seller list. Then you're going to skip trace that list. Again, PropWire Gold will get you that. Go to propwiregold.com, do the platinum level. That's going to get you 10,000 skip traced leads per month for $297. that cost is all gonna equal around $5,000. And if you do a good job closing those leads, you should get to $50,000 in revenue. Isn't that exciting? Now, how is this all possible? This isn't just any cold calling service. This isn't some cold caller you found on Facebook or something. I promote and highly recommend Run It Remote. First of all, Run It Remote was created by wholesalers for wholesalers. They really understand our industry. The other thing I really love about Run It Remote is they do a two-step qualification process. So the caller's gonna generate a lead, and before that lead comes over to you in your CRM, it goes through a quality assurance process. Another department's gonna listen to the call, they're gonna grade it, they're gonna make sure that that call is actually qualified before it comes to you. Now, why is that step so important? That's critically important because when you get those 50 calls a month, you wanna make sure that you're talking to a qualified seller. You wanna make sure that you're not wasting your time, because time is money and it's very valuable. And that's the whole point of having the callers, is so that you're not on the phone talking to unqualified sellers. The other thing is it's $6.50. Now that could change depending on when you're watching this video, but my point is it's very inexpensive. A lot of cold calling agencies are at $10, $12 an hour for callers. These are highly qualified callers for just $6.50 an hour. With your dialer, that's about $12.70 a month for a full-time caller. 3 of those is gonna equal about $5,000 in total combined cost. So what do I recommend? I recommend that you do cold calling, just not yourself, hire the callers, use Run It Remote. I'll put a link in the description below where you can sign up for Run It Remote. You can actually get on the phone with them, explain to them your goals, where you're at, and they will really help you make sure that you get the right number of callers for your goals and that this is all working really smoothly for you. Again, to get the leads, go to propwire.com. Check out the skip tracing package. Go to PropWire Gold. You'll learn more about that. Sign up for the Platinum package. That's 10,000 leads skip traced per month to get to these stats here. And again, the second thing is making sure that you're a good closer. Now, part of closing is just showing up, meaning you don't need any skills whatsoever. Just get on the phone with enough people and somebody's gonna raise their hand, somebody's gonna be highly motivated. I call this the stars align. You're in the right place at the right time. They want that speed and convenience of a cash offer, and it doesn't really take any skill to close them because they're just so highly motivated. That happens. But having said that, showing up is, probably half the battle. The other half of it is learning how to get good at closing. You want to know what to say, how to say it, using the right tone, asking the right questions, building trust. And after 20 years of closing wholesale deals, I put together my scripts for you. They're specifically for cold calling, and I'll give those to you absolutely free. Put the link in the description below. You can download those scripts. But the best scripts in the world won't close you deals. You have to put in the reps. The best way to get good at closing on the phone is just talk to enough people, practice, 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 and you'll get better and better. But the scripts will help you, so get those. I'll put those in the description below as well. Now, what do you do to build up to doing cold calling? Now, obviously, if you want to be trying to shoot for one contract per month, $15,000. If you've got around $1,600, you can get started with one. That's very inexpensive, and then build your way up to 2, 3. Imagine if you did 6. Imagine if you had 6 full-time cold callers. You should be hitting $100,000 in revenue, and that should be costing you around $10,000. That's pretty amazing. Does cold calling work? Heck yes, it works. It works very well if you do it right. Now, if you're excited about cold calling, leave a comment and say, "Thank you, Jerry, for the breakdown. You're a flipping genius." And finally here, what if you have just absolutely zero budget? You've got no money whatsoever, not even for one caller. Then what do you do? Well, I want you to watch this next video where I show you how to get to 3 to 5 deals a month with zero marketing cost. Absolutely zero marketing cost. I'll break that down for you in this next video. So watch that now, and I'll see you on the next video.